The Indian government has derived its functioning from three basic institutions, namely legislature, executive, and judiciary. These institutions are involved in every legal decision and policies passed by the government. Legislature involves the parliament, an assembly of elected representatives that exercises supreme political authority on behalf of people. Since no decision can be taken without the absolute support in parliament, the legislature even exercises control over those who are running the government. The parliament consists of two houses. The lower house or Lok Sabha decides the mandate of public on any opinion, since 543 of its members are directly elected by the people in general elections. Whereas the upper house or Rajya Sabha put forth the voice of states while passing any law, as 238 out of 250 of its members are elected by state legislative assemblies. The executive branch consists of the President, Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, and other civil servants who act as the functionary of government and implement any bill to its grassroots level. The judiciary, on the other hand, acts as the defender of the constitution. Any legislation passed by the parliament can be challenged before judiciary, where it checks the viability of such law according to the constitution. This power of judiciary is called judicial review. The recently concluded National Judicial Appointment Commission or NJAC bill was one such example, which saw the involvement of all three institutions and where the judiciary exercised its power of judicial review. To know more, let us look into detail what is NJAC bill. Currently, judges in Supreme Court are appointed by the President based on the recommendations of a committee of senior-most judges of Supreme Court with Chief Justice of India or CJI as its head. During the whole process, if CJI or any two of the four judges do not agree upon a certain name, such appointments will be made cancelled. This recommendation system worked fine, but it didn't lay down any criteria or qualities for the judges to be selected, which could also lead to inappropriate selections for the post. To solve this dilemma, government proposed a new system of appointment where the President would get the recommendations from an independent commission consisting of CJI, two senior-most judges of Supreme Court, the Law Minister, and two eminent persons. This commission is called National Judicial Appointment Commission or NJAC, which shall also form the guidelines for the selection process of judges, removing any chance for inappropriate selection. Implementing the same, government introduced the Constitutional Amendment Bill and the National Judicial Appointment Commission Bill in August 2014. While the Constitutional Amendment Bill talks about the appointment of judges to Supreme Court and High Court by President based on the recommendation of NJAC, the National Judicial Appointment Commission Bill formed the guidelines for functioning of the NJAC. Just with the introduction of the bills, all three institutions started their working to make the bill best suited for public interest. The legislature came into picture when all the rules were formulated and discussed, which eventually resulted in passing the bills in both the houses of parliament. The law minister who introduced the bill in parliament, the president who assented the bill, and the civil servant who noted down the bill in the gazette constitutes the executive branch. This branch carries all the proceedings to implement the bill to the grassroots level. While NJAC bill was easily passed in the parliament, it drew a lot of flack in the Supreme Court for the involvement of executive powers in the selection of judges. This process was considered unconstitutional as judiciary is meant to be working free from legislature and executive. This led to the scrapping of the bill by Supreme Court in October 2015. In Indian Constitution, though the legislature has been provided the powers to formulate laws for the nation, it still does not enjoy complete sovereign control, as its decision can always be challenged before the judiciary to check its validity according to the Constitution under its power of judicial review.